doing this thing? I mean, do you make $100 a night?
I can, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sometimes I've made 200, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
And I can make almost nothing, which is what's happened the last couple of weeks.
What's the economy doing here?
It's
tanking, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, Texas was the brighter spot, but it doesn't seem like it's consistent throughout Texas. Maybe.
Right. Yeah.
It's booming in the valley. You know, to Houston.
I seriously thought about driving a cab in Houston. I mean,
yeah.
I called them up and they said they would hire me, but I got to get a residency there.
Yeah.
So.
But you got to move.
Yeah.
You'd never be able to move this. No, you'd never be able to move this.
Yeah, I'm kind of set in my ways here. I like the. It's really peaceful area. You know, everybody's great. I mean, I can't believe how many people are just being really nice to me. Okay, I showed you El Mundo. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Don't want to mix them up there.
Yeah, I do have them in.
You got them in order?
Yeah. Well, that's Vietnam.
So what's the master plan here, Richard?
Master?
Or is it just to keep doing what you love to do? I mean, is that the goal, or you know?
No,
I mean, I'm catching it on this trip too. You know, what's the master plan? You got to have some kind of master plan. You can't just be doing things because you enjoy them, or because they're fun, or because
right.
or you're following your own interest and curiosity. You have to have some kind of master plan. That's the you know.
Well, I've got ideas. I got plenty of big ideas. You know, it's just that this is as far as I can get. Oh yeah, you know, like for instance, if I had my way, if I could, if I had just the power to do it, you know, I would. One thing I would do is set up an example of the Michelson-Morley experiment, just to where. Well, my theory of education, I call it like the kaibab, which when I was at the Grand Canyon, was the name of the plateau there, and it came from a Paiute word meaning inside out. So,
Paiute?
Paiute.
Paiute.
Indian.
Yeah,
it's an Indian tribe.
From northern Arizona, Utah area, and Nevada, and southern Paiute, I think, but it's spelled P-A-I-U-T-E, which is I think a variation of the Ute, so offshoot of the Utes. But anyway, the word kaibab comes from their language, and it means inside out. And I guess referring to the Grand Canyon is revealed inside. The inside is out. And my theory of education is that's what we need to do more of, is have, you know, what are these people working on, you know, that's great stuff, you know, in physics and biology and whatnot. But you go by a hall at a university and all you see is, you know, bricks and a real boring paint, you know. and it should be stuff to inspire people, exhibits and stuff that, man, you can't help. Wow, I want to find out more about this, you know, and just lead people in, you know, to find out and trap them like a spider web, you know. Eventually, the maximum number of people would be maximally involved in whatever pursuits, you know, of this level of knowledge.
But not everyone can be like you and bring the world to your room here.
That's why it has to be somewhere public, kind of like in a market area, sort of like, but like at, say, for instance, in Austin, between UT and downtown somewhere, some kind of like a museum, but the museum would be glass, I guess, and I mean it wouldn't be all self-enclosed and just like a big box, you know. It would be everything that's inside would be exposed, and oh wow, I want to find out about that. Let me go in and find out more about this, what they got in display in the window, you know, just like window shopping in a store, you know.
This looks like fun, or looks like interesting, or
yeah, you know, hey, let's check this out, you know. that's how I would approach, or I'd like to see more on in education. The other idea I have now, this is would be extremely costly, but I think actually, if you analyze all the cost benefits and everything, it would be beneficial, and that is on the roads, especially in ice-prone areas, like the interstate, up in the Interstate 80, up in Iowa or whatever. But even around here, you know, I've had problems where ice will come in, and all of a sudden, whole roads are closed down, millions of dollars in accidents, people driving and slipping and sliding. And by, you know, the sand trucks, you know, they're okay, but I say they're hours late and thousands of dollars short. You know, it's not. They're not. What's that other expression?
They
a day late, a dollar short.
Yeah.
They're always, you know, way too late, hours late, and thousands of dollars short. You know, it's just. But instead, they should have an arch, and that's what these covered bridges in New England are for. They've already done this hundreds of years ago. They just need a skeletal framework that they could be more or less expensive, but at least put them over the exposed areas like the overpasses and flyovers and stuff. But have an arch, skeletal arch.
To keep it from freezing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you could even have like a tarp, so the arch would be there permanently, but it wouldn't be totally blocking out your view of whatever there is, the outside world, but it would still be there, so that on the approach of an ice storm, so a weatherman or government official is going to press one button, and all of a sudden, all these bridges and overpasses, or even major roads, like depending on how commercial it is, like I think they actually should do it for large stretches of the interstate. Because trucks, there was a fatality. I passed by one 3 or 4 years ago on Interstate 35 going south, and it blocked traffic for hours and hours, and people were killed, and the sand trucks can't keep up with that. But if they had this thing that was just like a skeletal framework for a bridge, and a tarp on the side, with some kind of whatever durable material they need, and on a roller, and I know they could do this with just garage door technology. Don't tell me they can't do it. Just push of a button somewhere, and all of a sudden, the roller goes, and the chain pulls the tarp up and over, and
I was thinking
more ice on the road.
It might be cheaper just to heat the road up.
Well, that's the other possibility. Sure, I thought about that.